Alright, we're going to stop and stop. Do me a favor. Turn to your role play partner. Alright, real quick. Turn to your role play partner. Give him a positive smile, enthusiastic look, and give him an energetic, confidence-building, encouraging, positive round of applause, please. Yeah. Alright, one last high five. So you got this. Alright, have a seat. Have a seat. So can I show you guys off? I'm not going to show off to you. I want to show you guys off to Ricky and to Andrew here. Look how well they know the presentation. How many steps to the sale, everybody? 7. All right. What's the first? Watch this. What's the first step to the sale? To do what? Connect. And explain. Yeah. What are some things you work? What you're working? Why are you working rather?
Experience, money.
Okay. What are some of the things you can gain and win and earn with it?
Scholarship.
Well, what's the contest called?
Fast.
Yeah. How many days is the Fast Track contest?
10 days.
Yes. And you can win prizes. Remember, so what are some of the prizes you can win?
Yeah, I mean, vacation time.
Yeah. What about that'll help you make more money? More Cutco. What's the second step to sale? To establish what? Of who?
Company.
Yeah. And where's Cutco made? What part of New York?
Only of New York.
It's
1949.
Together. So it's
49.
Yeah. We sell how much each year?
15.
And customers we have over
17 million.
Okay, then we cut to penny. Why? Because we want to get their attention. We want to do what?
Wow.
So whenever you cut through Cutco, whenever you use Cutco and cut through something, what kind of reaction you want to have?
Wow.
Yeah, ready? Watch this. Because if you get excited,
They get excited.
why? Because 55% of communication is body.
Body language.
It's not what you say, it's
How you say it.
actions speak louder than
Words.
Okay, exactly.
Down.
1 plus 1 is
2.
See, we got it. We're recording this. This is awesome. Okay, create a problem. That's the step 3. What's the problem? Yeah, they're nice. It's an example of planned obsolescence, which means what? They have to buy it now. It's cheap, but later it's more
Expensive.
good. That's like Walmart, Target, any of those types of products. You have to keep buying them. What's wrong with wooden handle knives?
They're unsanitary.
Yeah. And what kind of face do you make? Yeah. What's better, partial or full tang?
Full tang.
What's the rivet of a knife? Good.
Nails.
What's the serrated edge do to the food with the teeth?
Tear.
Okay, good. Very good. I like it. And how can you show the tang to a customer using your what?
Pen.
Use your pen. Good. Now that we create a problem, step 4 is to offer a
Solution.
So what's the solution, everybody?
Cutco.
Good. How many hands do you hand them the Cutco with?
2.
Why? To show them that we're not just good with the absolute.
Best.
We have partial or full tang.
Full tang.
How many rivets?
3.
What's the grade of the steel?
448.
448. What's the name of our edge? Is it a serrated edge? Is it a straight edge? What's it called? Double D. Do our points do the cutting?
No.
Okay, good. What dulls the knife, the food or the? When you cut through the rope, whose knives do you want to use first, ours or theirs?
Theirs.
You want to save the best?
For
I
last.
guarantee you need a receipt?
No.
What happens when they're done cooking in their lifetime? What can they do with the set of Cutco?
Yeah.
Give
How
it to
many,
their kids.
how many business
Pass
days?
it down.
15.
What's the business? Perfect. No, perfect. What's how many business days do we give them?
15.
Yeah. So if they're not happy, what can they do?
Send it
If it's
back.
not that sharp, what can they do?
Send it
There's
back.
something wrong with it. What can they do?
Send it back.
They got nothing to lose. I do believe you guys have mastered the first 5 steps. Give yourselves a round of applause. Nice one. Okay. So I'm smiling ear to ear because you guys got this. Now, you're not able to sell yet because you still need A, the rest of the training. So don't try to sell anyone tonight on the product. B, you don't have the product. Okay. So this is the most important part. That's why I actually reserved the last part. We're at here, 5. I actually cut this part out on purpose so that we can focus on this time. Okay. So a couple things. When you first start, you're essentially running your own business. It's kind of like a grand opening. And I want to share with you, I know a couple of your family members, I think Luke mentioned it, 2 or 3 of you mentioned like what your parents do, and they run their own kind of business, okay? So raise your hand if you either know someone or your family runs their own business, okay? Now, it's not uncommon, by the way. In fact, it's very common. When you start a business, Who are typically your first clients, customers of that
Family
specific
oriented.
brand? Always. Why?
They'll be honest.
You're comfortable around.
Close, honest, you're more comfortable. All three. Plus, if you have a great product, what will they probably do? Support you by
100%.
purchasing and purchase by purchasing and by spreading the word. What's that called? Word of? Yeah. How much does that cost?
No.
How fast does it go?
Very fast.
Are we the same way?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's how we work. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to start talking about your contact list, and we're going to start to expand. Who are the people you're going to show the product to? But see, the thing I'm going to share with you is that this part of the training is so important because we're going to dump everything everyone can possibly think of. We're going to go through a brainstorm here, and in fact, sometimes you could reterm this not a brainstorm but a brain dump. I mean, I just want you to get everything in your head down into paper. And the first thing I want you to do is learn what types of people we end up calling. So if you take a look here at the TV, it says 4 gears to calling. Okay? Let me teach you who you're going to learn how to call and in what order so you feel really comfortable. And you already know this, by the way, because we covered it over with the schedule. So anyone driving a manual stick shift or know how to? Okay. So you did, Michelle? Okay. So when you go first gear, you put the clutch. And then you go into 5th gear?
No, second.
No, she goes, no, of course not. You would never do that. Why would you not go to 5th gear? What happens? Or 4th gear? You mess up the car. You go from 1st to 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Why? Because in the simple version, that's how it goes, and that's how the car works. If you try to go out of order, you mess up the car. It's the same here. If you try to go to the 4th gear too fast, it messes up your sales. So the first one you already know, the first people that you show the product to and call, you can write this down. Gear number 1 is friends and family. So turn to a new sheet in your notes. Friends and family. These are people where it's so easy. These are the people you thought of when you first got the job. These are the people who you're most excited to sell the product to and show. These are the people who probably have a lot of recommendations they can give you. Okay. How many of you in your interview you already started thinking of some of these people? Right. Year number 2. The next phase of people that I'm going to teach you how to call are what we call acquaintances. And who remembers from earlier, we covered this during the schedule talk, who are the acquaintances? Give me one example.
Parents, friends.
Yeah, so let's say Luke's my boy from high school, and I know him really well, but I don't know his parents as well. That's an acquaintance. So here's what I would recommend. You can write this down. You know of them or they know of you. That's what I want you to write down. That's what gear number 2 is. So make sure you get this down, really important. You know of them. Like I know of Luke's parents. I know Brittany is my buddy from school, and her boyfriend's my friend from soccer, and I know the parents, or they know of you. An acquaintance is also someone where you actually do know them. They're kind of like friends and family, but it's been such a long time that you're not as close, or you don't talk as often. Anyone have someone like that? A lot of customers like that. How many of you have a big list of people where, man, these would be awesome customers. I just don't know how to talk to them without being kind of funky. And I haven't talked to him in a while. Okay. I'm going to teach you that when? On Monday. That's when I teach you how to call those people. It's going to expand your list. Third type of person I'll teach you on Wednesday. These are the people that are in directories or associations, either ones that you're a member of or your parents are. Okay. Either you're a member of or your parents are. What are some examples of associations and directories that you or your parents might be a part of? Church. What else? School. What else? Job. What else?
My mom's a nurse. So
Nurse. Yes, her job. Of course, that's an awesome list.
I know.
My mom's a nurse. What else?
Teachers.
Teachers. How about extracurricular? Like, for example, Luke plays football. Everyone who's played football with moms. My soccer mom's football. You just name the sport or Girl Scouts, Boy Scout, choir. Okay. Coaches, players. Fourth one, these are recommendations, and I'll teach you these way later. In fact, some of you won't even have to call recommendations. Like real recommendations are people you don't know at all. They don't know of you. You don't know of them. It hasn't been a long time because you've never met them. You're not even affiliated with the directory or association. They're just complete strangers that got recommended to you. Can you see, first of all, why would we kind of put them off till later?
You need experience.
You don't know them at all.
You don't know them at all, and you need experience. Now, some of you won't even get to your first recommendation till like the summer, maybe even Christmas time for selling. Some of you might go sooner, but the key is these are the gears we're going to start, and we're going to teach you tomorrow how to start with gear number 1. The most important thing is that we're going to go through this brainstorm, and we're going to start to write down all the people you can think of. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn to page 24 in your training manual. And if if you notice, it says name and phone number, name and phone number. Everyone see that? Notice also it has, page 25 has another, the same list, and then also page 26. So there's 3 pages worth. Okay, so start on page 24. Okay, this is an exercise. I need your complete focus because this will help determine your income. It's called a brainstorm, but a good friend of mine, Janine, who runs our office in Gainesville, Florida, where University of Florida is, she actually says it's a brain dump. Okay, when you think of brainstorm, what do you think of? Like when you brainstorm for school, brainstorm for a project, what does brainstorm mean?
Thinking of that subject.
Throwing it all
You're
in.
throwing it all together. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just throw it down. Brain dump means even more than that, just like throw it all down. Okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the music in a second, and we're going to go through, and I just want you to see who we can get down, and a couple of things for the exercise. Number 1, I don't need you to write down any phone numbers right now, so keep your cell phones hidden right now, even though that's like an easy tool, right? No cell phones yet. I'll let you use your cell phones in the second part. All I want you to do, and don't start because there's a couple things, I'm just going to have you write down any name that comes to mind. And of course, what's our customer base? What they're at least how old?
30.
And they're working, right? So anyone that you can think of off the top, and we're gonna cover this. Number 2, it's okay to write down your friend's mom. Like for example, let's say Brittany's my buddy from school. I know that she has parents that are in the market, but I just don't know their name. I can write down Brittany's mom and dad. That can count as a customer. Got it? Third thing, I don't want you to just write down the people that you're comfortable with. Gear number 1 is friends and family. I also want you to write down write down the names of the people where it's been a while, or you know of them, or they know of you. Don't limit them, okay? Because we may not show them Cutco right away, but eventually, won't we show them Cutco when you're more confident?
Yeah.
And what happens if you forget to write the name down? You'll forget to make a sale with them, and guess what? Someone else will. True story. Kevin Benny is a neighbor of mine who sold Cutco, and one of our neighbors, the Krupps, was someone that I didn't put down because at the time, when I was new, I wasn't comfortable with Mr. Krupp. He was a neighbor, but not like a close friend. I totally forgot to put his name down. Kevin sold him $2,200 worth of Cutco, and we were both making 50%. So he made $1,100. And he walked into the office with like, "Hey, I got an order." I'm like, "Nice, great job." He goes, "Yeah, Mr. Krupp says hi." Right? And he even said, he goes, "Yeah, Mr. Krupp said, yeah, didn't Jeff do this? Yeah, I would have seen him first." Right? So my point is, even if it's someone that you're not comfortable calling now, I want you to get the name down because eventually that's going to be a contact for you. Everyone understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No cell phones. Okay. By the way, you can also write down out-of-area people. How many of you have relatives in California, New York that you think are going to fit this? Put them down. I'll teach you how to show them on Wednesday for sure. Okay. My last thing is we're going to do this in 3 waves. Okay. Wave number 1. Okay. You guys know what it means when I say off the top of the dome?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the top of your head. Top of the dome, meaning no tools, no cell phone, no cheating, no Facebook. That's the easy stuff. Whoever comes to your head. Second, then we're going to stop. Then we're going to go, and I'm going to give you thought joggers. I'm going to give you probably about 50 of them. I'll show you here. Okay. So, for example, I'm just going to give you different categories that might help you unlock in your head some people to write down. Then the third, okay, I'm going to let you use your tools. And tonight, the tool that you have with you is your cell. Okay, so this first part, I'm just going to hit music. For the first part, we're going to be silent. All I want you to do is think of anyone that's 30 and older that can see the presentation. Don't limit it to people that you're comfortable with. Put down everyone, and we'll start there, okay? Now, this is a contest, because at the end, whoever gets the most, I'm going to give you the secret money-making prize in my desk right now. And don't ask what it is. I'll show it to you then. It makes you money. Ready? So pens in the air, don't start. Pens in the air, don't start. Cheaters.
Sorry.
Don't use your cell phones. Pen to the paper. Off the top of the dome for a few minutes. Ready? Set. No talking. Go. Just off the top of your dome. Don't think too hard. Just anyone that comes to your mind. 30 and working. Whether you're comfortable with them or not. Start with the ones you do know well first. And expand from there. stop for a second. Ready? So far, 10% of you should be like stuck with brain fart. That's normal, by the way. Shh. 10% of you can't stop writing right now. Most of you are starting to get things rolling. Just keep going, and then when we get to the next phase, you'll see it'll start to help more. So ready? Keep going. Ready? 3, 2, and go. If you need to go to the next page, start on the next page. Some of you are working ready real fast. Start to stretch, start to think of people that you're not as comfortable with. You don't know them that well. They know of you, you know of them. Just put them down. Stay focused, don't zone out. It's important. Stay focused, don't zone out. Okay, stop real quick. What I want you to do is I want you to write down, whether you're on page 24, some of you have already gone to page 25, I want you to write down how many numbers you have so far. At the top of page 24, 25, and circle it. Watch, I want to prove my point. Number 10, 80, 10. Watch. It's really scary. How many of you have less than 10? 10% of you. Right? How many of you have over 50?
I'm right at
10% of you. Who's between 10 and 50? 80% of you. Right? Okay, so watch. Now we're going to go to phase 2. What's phase 2? I'm going to give you some thought joggers. So same thing. And this time, sit quietly, wait for the next thought jogger. The first 5 might not even help you. But that 6th or that 8th one, there's like 40 of them. And they're all really good. I'm going to throw out like my examples too. And write it down. It might just spark like 5 or 6 names and you get stuck again. Wait for the next thought jogger. Okay, so the first one, start with immediate family and extended family. So if you haven't already, write down every aunt and uncle that you have, whether they live in the state or not. And then start writing down the ones that it's been a while. Like they're like a second cousin or an extended family member. Start with that and see how many that sparks. If not, wait quietly for the next one. Think of family friends. Ready? The easy ones? Who are the people that are close to you? You might have already written them down, but who are some close family friends that you maybe didn't write down? Parents' best friends. The families that you associate with the most. Your best friends, that family. And then start to write down people that you know, your friends are with they're friends with your parents, but you don't know them that well. Or people that would know of you. Like, for example, I think of Michelle talks about her mom being a nurse. Right? Who are the people you can write down? If mom, you don't know all the names, but you know she has 20 people in the unit, put down mom's 20 nurse friends. And you'll get the numbers later. Just make sure you get the name down so you don't forget to look for the number. Who's friends of the family? That includes, by the way, parents' co-workers, parents' bosses. Either you know them really well, or maybe you know of them, or you know that they have a boss. That counts. I'll teach you how to call them at some point. If your parents are the boss, who are their business partners, or associates, or who works for them? Those of you that have parents that run the business, who works for your parent? That's a big one. Who are your parents' business partners? That's a big one. Here's a big one for some of you neighbors. So the easy ones are who are the neighbors you're cool with, right? Who are the neighbors you're cool with. Then start writing down neighbors that maybe you don't really speak to as often, but you know them by first name basis, or you wave to them. Even write down the neighbors where you don't even know their name, you just wave to them, and just write down the color of their house so you know which one you're talking about. I'm serious. I've had several neighbors where when I started the job, I didn't know who they were. I just put them down. I eventually got their number, and now I know them, and they have Cutco. Even old neighborhoods, people, maybe you've moved to different neighborhoods. If you're not from Florida, or some people back from the old neighborhood. If you belong to the following, church, synagogue, temple, just start writing down people that come to mind from there. And always start with the ones you know well, and then branch off to the ones that you've met a couple times, pastors, other members of the church or the synagogue or temple, directors of the choir, youth minister, youth group. Stay focused. Coworkers, parents, coworkers, neighbors, old neighbors, church members. Here's a big one. Think about high school friends, and this is my favorite one because I want you to start with the ones that you're still friends with. If you haven't put them down, or all the people you're friends with from high school that you still talk to. Then, write down the people that you were friends with in high school that you don't talk to as much. Or if you're still in high school, who are the people like junior and sophomore and freshman year that you used to associate with a lot? You just don't speak to them anymore. Write down anyone because all of their parents are customers. And I'll teach you how to call them when you're more comfortable, especially on Monday. So get them all down. And it doesn't have to be your age. You can be older, younger, even from other schools like the TV says. Who have you met at parties from other high schools in the area? Right? One of our students, Mike, who goes to Purdue, he went to Pinecrest. Well, he had a bunch of buddies that went to different schools like St. Thomas, Pompano Beach High, and he mixed and mingled, so he started writing all those kids down that he was friends with. All their parents have Cutco now. Here's a big one for several of you. What are all the extracurriculars you've been? I'm going to use Luke because I know you played football. I would start with, okay, the team I'm playing on now. Name all the moms that you know. Then name all the kids where you don't know the moms but you know the kids. Start there. Then go to coaches. That's one of the best. Like anyone I ever played soccer for, every coach has Cutco for me. And every mom whose kid played on my soccer team has Cutco for me. Church choir. Song, dance, ballet, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Eagle Scouts. Anything you've been a part of for extracurricular, just put that down. Lamarck just sold $1,100. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all, and don't think of just one's current. Like Luke's in high school football now. Go back to Pop Warner. Go back to Little League. I'm serious. My third grade soccer team, my U14, U13, whatever it was, they all have soccer. They all have Cutco for me. Middle school church choir director has Cutco for me. All my teachers from elementary and middle school, they all have Cutco for me. Now, I wasn't comfortable calling all of them my first weekend. Eventually, my first 10 days to 2 weeks, I called all of them. If you belong to a pool community, a gym community, country club, we're people from those organizations. How about anyone that's had a job before? Who are your old coworkers? I'll teach you how to call their parents. Who are your old bosses? I'll teach you how to call them. Babysitters. Who's babysat you growing up? Or who have you babysat for if that was something you did growing up in high school? Same thing with tutoring and mentoring. Who's tutored you in different classes? Who's your high school guidance counselor? Who's your college advisor? Those are awesome customers. Here's a big one. If you have siblings, older or younger, think of all the things that they do. Like my brothers, I didn't do martial arts. They both did. Anyone that was in their martial arts, they all have Cutco. My sister played soccer, still plays soccer. Any team she's ever played for, I learned how to call all those moms saying I was Cynthia's brother. So just put the name down so you don't forget to look for those numbers. Just get it down. That includes your siblings' boyfriends and girlfriends. That includes any clubs or teams they're a part of. That includes also boyfriends and girlfriends. Who do you know that's a business owner? Who runs their own business? Financial advising, doctor, lawyer, contractor, construction, hair salon, does hair, daycare, owns some type of a store, clothing, network marketing, any type of where they run their own business. Those people love Cutco students because they understand building a business.
My pen ran out.
I'll get you one. Thanks, Luke. How about doctor and dentist? First of all, who do you know that's a doctor or dentist? And number two, write down your doctor or dentist, because half of you aren't really cool with your doctor or dentist. When you get comfortable, I'll teach you how to call the office and get an appointment. Some of you, you're pretty cool with your doctor or dentist. Don't forget to put them down. They also have more what? More money. Lawyer, same thing with lawyers, accountants. Who do you know that's a lawyer or an accountant, or do you have a lawyer and accountant? Same thing with people who does your hair. Who does your mom and dad's hair? You get your nails done, ladies. Who does your nails, and who are the ladies at the salon that does your nails or hair, and your parents' hair, and your mom's hair, and your dad's hair? A lot of moms spend money on their hair. Mom's hairstylist is awesome because your mom's hairstylist gets a lot of money from your mom, therefore she owes your mom to see you. Who do you know that has a new baby, new car, new job, new home, anything new? Last few. Military. Who do you know that's involved in the military? Reserves, Air Force, Navy, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, former military, veteran, police department, fire department. How about mechanic or IT? Who do you know that fixes cars or has a business where they fix cars, or who fixes your parents' cars, or who's good with cars? Same with computers. Okay. All right, stop for a second. Stop. Cool. Whatever number you had, do one, cross it out once and put the new number. So go back to page 25, 24. Okay. So for example, I'm going to take who had over 50 when we stopped first, like 10%. Okay. What was an old number, new number, Luke?
60 and 133.
So double. Go ahead.
59, 99.
59. So double. Good.
50 and 132.
Okay. So more than double. No competition. Who else? Who had over 50?
Me.
Okay. So C. What do you have? What did you have before?
22.
And then now?
I'm at 147.
147. Okay. So watch. That's 10%. That's at the high end. How many of you had less than 10 when we first stopped? Okay. How many of you have now?
24.
Uh-huh. Double. You had 5. How many of you have now?
27.
Thank you. What's the difference between the first phase and the second phase?
It's more.
There's more, but why? You're using thought joggers. Okay, now I'm going to cheat, make it easy, and if you run out of room, just go to your notebook and put more in the notebook, okay? Because 150 is the most. If you get over 150, pull out your cell phones. Now, real quick, before you do, I know everyone's wondering, hey, where are you? Text, 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 text. We're almost done, so please wait till the end of training. Go to your contacts, start at A, just scroll down, and see who you forgot to write because you just weren't thinking of them. I'll give you a couple of minutes there. Thank you. Start at A, just go down, and if they're your age, and you know their parents are Mac customers, they're over 30, put them down. Just put, Mike's mom, Daniel's mom. And again, if you run out of pages, you're over 150, go to a notebook. It's so interesting how everyone's writing now. For those of you that are running out of pages, you can do it right to a notebook. Because you're going to end up going to a notebook tonight anyway. Just scroll down through the contacts. Who are you missing? Who did you forget to write down? Okay, stop. Obviously, you can continue to use this tonight as your tool. Cross out that number, put the final number down. So watch, I just want to go quickly. Just give me your new number and watch. We had people like 5. What was your number? My first number? 7. What's your new number? 34. You tripled it. Nice job. No, you 5 times. Nice job. What was the difference in the third one? On the third time, none of you looked up. You just kept writing. What happened? What was the difference between thought joggers? What made this super easy? The names are already organized. So what do you think you want to use tonight to help you? Your cell phone. That's one thing. Okay. Quick number. What's your phone? Brianne. Number. Now, the last one.
50.
50. Okay. Giovanni.
First one was 14.
No, just last one. Last one. Go.
50.
69.
47,
63.
168.
45.
159.
52.
35.
12.
Okay. That's fine. Like I said, okay, that's fine. 30.
160.
Okay.
66. 49.
Okay, cool. If you had under 20, no big deal, but just talk to Ricky afterwards. We'll give you some other ideas. That's how it works. We'll help you. There's always a 10% in every exercise. You guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll help you. You just have to talk to us. It's no big deal. And there's always a 10%. I want to recognize if you're over 100, could you raise your hand? I'd like to recognize the fast writers, the ones with the most people in their cell phone book, maybe. Okay, all over 100. Michelle over 100. Cool. And what was the final number?
161.
It's 161, 150,
She was one.
168.
168, 115, and 159. Cool. Michelle's number one. Can we give her a round of applause? Nice work. Ready? The secret prize for the money-making prize. Can I have a drum roll, please? The secret prize that you can also win is the deluxe Cutco Vector pen. Now, why? It's not a joke, actually. This is why it can make you money. When you point, what should you point with? Yeah, and now you have a pen that represents your company, so you increase your professionalism. And no joke, it helps create a more professional feel for you. So you're going to make more money because of the pen. Can we give her another enthusiastic round of applause? So here's the assignment. I'm going to give you your assignments and get you out of here. Your assignment, the most important assignment, I'm going to give you 4 assignments tonight, 5 of them. 4 of them take less than 10 minutes combined. This is the one I really want you to pay attention to. And your assignment is going to be to get the contact numbers with these names. Now, if you had a low amount of names, what you also need to increase? The names total, right? So check it out. The average person here, that's why I had everyone give their number. The average person here had between 50 and 100. Some of you lower, some of you way higher. So I'm going to expect everyone to have at least 50 phone numbers by the time you walk in tomorrow. And I'm going to talk about below and above. So when you walk in, you're going to high five Ricky, say hi, you're going to sign in, get a name tag. Then there's going to be food that you're going to bring for the cutting clinic for our guacamole and for our salsa. So you put that on the table. Then Ricky's going to say, let me see your numbers. And I'm going to ask you to show me at least 50 contact phone numbers of people that are potential customers. Does everyone understand? Now, it doesn't mean that there are 50 people that are friends and family and you're really comfortable calling. 10% of you, you only have a small group of friends and family, right? That's okay. Who are the rest of the names? They're acquaintances. Yeah. Some of you, you literally, like my mom is the head nurse. Yeah, and my mom's like very social. We're a big church community. Some of you, and maybe you play sports, you literally have friends and family for like lists of 200 plus, 300 plus people, and that's okay too. Most of you will be in between. All I want you to know is that the minimum number of numbers I need you to come in with is what? 50. Right, because at the end of training tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to call these people. And if you don't have the phone numbers, you're going to waste time having to look for the numbers versus just what? Making phone calls. Is everyone clear on that? So what's the minimum number I need you to have? 50. If you think you're going to have a problem, I'm totally cool with it as long as you do what before you leave? We'll talk to Ricky instead. Ricky will take care of that. So if you know, Jeff, I think I'm going to have a hard time even getting to 50. Talk to Ricky and we'll find out what the challenge is and we'll work out a new number for you. Is that fair? Yeah, so ready? Everyone can have an assignment that works for them here. But what's the assignment I want? 50. Okay, if you're a high flyer though, and I already know the 4 of you are high flyers. If you're a high flyer and you want to go above and beyond, maybe you want to go for $2,000 to $5,000 first 10-day fast start. Or if you just want to get up to the races, always beat assignments. Even 51 is beating the assignment. But I would say the majority of you should come between 50 and 100. If you're a high flyer, okay, go to 100 plus numbers for sure. Between 1 and 200 numbers. You want to break records? Have 200 or more numbers. Now, I'll give you some tools to use to cheat to make it easier. How about that? Okay? So I want you to go to your assignments, which is at the back of the book. The last page says assignments. Okay. So I'm going to have you write down assignment number 1 is come in with your names and numbers, 50 plus. That's assignment number 1. It's the back page of the book, the last page of the book, David. The cover. There you go. I got it. So come in with your numbers, 50 or more. High flyers, you should have what, over 100. And work hard on this tonight. Because ready? The Heat game's tonight, right?
Saturday.
So, oh, even better! Yes. Now I know some of you have plans for tonight, and I totally understand that. But here's what I'm saying: this assignment, if done properly, will change your financial direction for your future for the next 3 to 5 years, and you'll never have to worry about money through college. I promise you. Ask these guys. Yep. I'm telling you. So tonight, some of you will go home and you'll work right on it. Cool. Some of you will do something first and work late night and even work on it in the morning. Cool. I personally don't care when you work on it as long as you have it done. Is that cool? Yeah. Like I'm not going to say cancel your plans. I wouldn't cancel my plans. I'm going out tonight. Not like you guys go out, but I'm going out to have dinner. So I want you to work on the assignment. 50 minimum. High flyers always go above the assignment. High flyers really go for 1 to 200. If you want to break records, our new record is actually Debbie. We have to change the PowerPoint. If you break records in our office, I always like to reward you. So if you come in and you beat the record, I will buy lunch for you tomorrow.
What's the record?
Okay. The record is 601. Now, ready? Listen. Don't think that she just wrote 600 names. That's crazy. She did not. She used the tools I'm going to give you right now. Okay, so I want you to write down these tools. Number one, use your cell phone first. That's the easy one. Start with your cell phone. Go through like you just did. Scroll down. If you write the name down, find the phone number. Right? They're smart. Second, the next best one is mom's cell phone. How many of you have a mom where you actually don't have to ask mom? You can just say, Mom, let me see your cell phone real quick. Okay, just grab mom's cell. That's the best because moms are really social and they know more moms that are Cutco customers. So just take mom's cell phone, same thing. That's where you get numbers. If you come in with 1,000 names but no numbers, that's not the assignment. It's phone numbers because you need to call them, right? Of course. Dad's cell phone, so mom and dad's cell phone. That's the next best one. Mom's cell phone, dad's cell phone. If they ask what it's for, just say it's for an assignment for the job. It's easy. Fourth, social media. You go to Facebook, you find someone. Okay. Now remember, if I'm going to say, let's say Brandy is my friend, but she's not the customer. Who's my customer? Yeah. Don't get Brandy's number because you're not going to try and call Brandy to talk to the mom. Get Brandy's mom's cell phone. So the fifth tool is text. Text your friends for the number. And do me a favor, put next to that parentheses, page 23. Where it says text your friends, put parentheses, page 23. And I'll explain why. Okay, because on page 23, and the last assignment, the last thought jogger tool, I want you to write down is directories. The reason Debbie had 601 names is because 400 of them came from directories. You don't have to rewrite a directory, it's already there. Each directory had like 100 or 200 names. Church, neighborhood, this nursing program she's in. So she had all these directories, and she wrote down 200 from Facebook, cell phone, mom's cell phone. Okay, so use these tools. Last one is directories. When you're texting your friends for the phone number, because you don't want to call, let's say Luke's my boy, but I want to talk to his mom. I can't tell Luke to tell his mom what I want him to say because Luke won't say it the right way. You know what Luke will say to mom? Mom, Jeff's trying to sell some knives. Can he sell them to you? And what's mom going to say? No, not to that. So if you take a look, creating phone, it says, hey, I need a favor. This is what you'll text your buddy. Hey, I need a favor. And they say, and they say, what's up? I started a new job that can help me win a scholarship, and I want to see if your parents can help. What's their number? Okay. If they have any questions, I even tell you what to text back. I made this really easy for you. You don't have to think. If you're having problems, what do? You call us on the phone number. If you're getting stuck, you call us. If you don't have a problem now, but you go home and you feel stuck and you think you're gonna have a hard time with 50, call us. Let us know. We'll work something out. Everyone understand the assignment? That's the first assignment. Cool? So far, so good. If you got it, raise your hand and say, I got it.
Got it.
You got it. Cool. Go back to the assignments. Oh, side note. These are just some other ideas for you if you're stuck. Okay. Last few assignments. Okay. I want you to review pages 2. So review pages 2 through, what did we cover today? 6? 2 through 6. Pages 2 through 6. Now when I say review, I don't want you to memorize. In fact, if you memorize this tonight, I'll laugh at you. I'll tell you wasted your time, and you also didn't concentrate on the most important assignment. What's the more important assignment? The phone numbers. Yeah, 50 to 100 plus. Review means like 10 minutes. Like go through it once and just see it, okay? Third assignment, bring in food tomorrow. 2 types of food, please, really important. Number 1, bring a lunch tomorrow that you can eat all day. Tomorrow's training is different. It's more interactive, and now that I know you, and now that we've set the tone, it's a lot more of you guys participating instead of me teaching. So I don't mind if you eat while I'm talking tomorrow. You can snack while I'm eating. Well, you can eat and snack while I'm talking. I have no problem with that. Okay, so bring a lot of food for you to share with your role play partner, drinks. Nothing that. Please have everything resealable for the drinks so you don't spill on the floor. Okay, so bring a lot. Bring a big bag of chips because it's going to last us the whole day. We do have a break, but there's not enough time to go get food during the break. So you want to have your food, and we'll have food from the guacamole and salsa station. Cool. The second type of food is we're going to have a cutting clinic where I need you to bring the food for the salsa and for the guacamole. We're going to make PB&J sandwiches, and all of this with what product? Cutco, so you get used to it, plus we'll feed you. And when you cut tomorrow, who can you share those cutting stories with?
Customers.
Yeah, hey, Mrs. Jones, we took this pineapple, and the manager just, and the pineapple just fell like that. We're going to do that tomorrow. Cool. So here are the things I need you guys to bring in, and take a look for about 2 seconds. I'm going to ask everyone. Everyone's going to volunteer to bring a couple of things, okay? So that way you supply the goods, we supply the knives, and we'll make the most fantastic, and I mean unbelievable salsa from that guy, guacamole from that guy back there. It's called the Ricky Ballister Special. So I need 2 people to bring in a sliced bread. I need 2 loaves of sliced bread. 1, Camilo, Leo, thank you. So any sliced bread. Do we need peanut butter?
No.
Do we need jelly?
Yes.
Okay, we need 1 jar of jelly. Who can be my jelly person? Thank you, Brandy, for jelly. I need a full bag of carrots, regular sized carrots. I need 2 bags of carrots. Who can be my carrot person? I need 2 people for carrots. 1 carrot, I need 1 more carrot, please. Everyone's bringing something, multiple things, so I might as well volunteer. Carrots. Thank you for carrots. Bags of grapes. I need 2 bags, or 1 big bag of grapes. 1 big bag of grapes. Grapes. Okay, you got grapes. I need avocados. Okay, you know how to pick avocados? You're
I already
familiar?
have them at home.
Okay.
Can
So
we get 1 person avocado?
yeah, 1 more for avocados because we really need good ones for guacamole. So we can pick up some. Thank you, avocados. We need 1 really good big red onion.
1 onion?
You need 1 really big red onion. Okay, so 1 onion. You got it, big onion. Who can bring in a pineapple? Because we're going to show you how, kind of like in the movies, when they slightly, fruit slash. What is it called?
Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja.
Oh, yeah, go.
We're gonna fruit ninja tomorrow. And you know how it's like a cartoon, it's a video game, and you cut it, it's like that? It literally does that with Cutco. It's so cool. So Fruit Ninja, who can be my Fruit Ninja pineapple? Thank you. Cilantro, you got it. You guys have a lot of Mexican food at home? You guys like?
We like guacamole a lot.
We're gonna get along really good. Okay. Chips, I need 2 or 3. We need Tostitos, hint of lime.
Okay.
It's the, he knows, he knows.
Nah, those are really good.
Okay, ready? Everyone else, I need you to do 1 of 2. You're either going to bring in a roll of paper towel or several pieces of round fruit, like apple or oranges. Okay, so who's that? Who hasn't? Paper towels? Okay, who can bring in round fruit, apples or oranges? I need 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so round fruit. Everyone got it? Perfect, thank you.
Limes.
Okay. Oh, and limes.
Yeah,
I need,
limes.
you got limes, okay. We got,
I might have fresh ones.
okay, bring those 2. So if you guys need anything guacamole related, Luke, okay? And if you need if you didn't get a pound of power, Luke here. Real quick, last thing. Do not try to sell anything tonight because you don't have Cutco, you fools. You don't have any Cutco yet. Number 2, don't try to set up any appointments yet because you don't know how. And number 3, raise your hand if you had some type of skepticism about the job. Okay, guess what? Just because you're excited right now, because I love your pump, you're really confident, the product is awesome, doesn't mean these people are now more positive. But remember, they haven't seen Cutco, they haven't seen make money. So don't try to sell them on it. Don't tell them how great it is. Just tell them this. Wait till I finish training so you can see the product, and then you can make your opinion from there. Understand that? How did training go today? Pretty easy? Can I get some feedback? Yeah. Can I give you some thoughts? Guess which day is going to be hardest just so you can prepare? Ready? Today's the hardest day of training. We just finished the hardest day. Yeah, the intro is the hardest to get to know the job. Tomorrow, listen up, it's way more interactive. It's less me talking, it's us participating videos. We're going to cut food. It's awesome. And you'll learn how to really, really sell the product tomorrow. So you can look forward to that. Last thing, can I see the following people? Luke, Brittany, Leo, Michelle, Brandy, Chris, Gio, David, Jose, and Marcus. If you can stick around for 2 seconds. Which Marcus? Marcus, over there. Which Chris B? Where's Chris B? Right there, Chris B. Okay. My rule, when you leave, you have to say bye to a manager. Daniel Ayala has already hit 2 promotions since Saturday. He was in this training 1 week ago. Give him 1 tip, Daniel.
Call in,
I need that.
your secret weapon. That's pretty good team over, so that's what we do. That's probably won't at first, so they'll be faster.
Yeah, so on Monday, if you're struggling, if you happen to be one of the 10% on the low end, we'll teach you what else. 1 more tip.
Get in mind to ask you one.
Yeah, cool. And Daniel's already at 2 promotions since Saturday. Cool. So if I ask you to stick around, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the assignment or schedule, you see Ricky before you leave outside. Cool? Everyone, have a great night. We'll see you. We start at 11:30, so be 11:15 tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Okay, actually, Danny, you can stay in. Can you shut the door for me real quick? Okay, so real quick. Luke, you're here. Brittany here. Leo. Michelle. Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Chris, B. David. Gio. Jose, and Marcus. Okay, real quick. So I wanted, just before you get out of here, I wanted to get some feedback, first of all, of what you liked about training, what you thought helped you out, what gave you confidence. I always like to increase training every day. So any thoughts, right? Talk about.
I like all the hands-on. and,
Like using the products?
Partnering, yeah.
Oh, the role playing.
Mhm.
Awesome. Cool. Luke?
I like the people.
Yeah.
When I was waking up this morning, I was sort of dreading it, but met some cool people.
Yeah, some cool people. Not even just the coolest one. I'm just joking. I'm not joking. No, I'm joking. Okay. No, but yeah, it's cool that we only pick cool people. We only pick like humble, hardworking, respectful, fun, professional people for the job. That's why they're all like that here. Cool. Gio?
I like how you guys are like confident in what you guys do. You guys bring positivity and how organized you guys are.
For sure. Good. How's the manual? Easy?
Yes.
Okay. Does it help to cut food?
Oh yeah,
Love
I
blood?
love
Okay.
cooking food. I love cooking things.
That's right.
I love food.
I
Love
knives.
food. We all love food. How about does it help to hear people like Danny and people who just started, like, hear their story?
Yeah.
Because I like to give you confidence. Okay. The other reason I'm meeting with you, a couple of things. I just wanted to say that every time we run training, I always look for leaders who stand out. I always look for people who I think will make a difference. There's that special program that we mentioned very quickly called Key Staff, meaning every office in our company has a key staff team, which are like the team captains. So they get more attention, they get the most knowledge, and they get the most sales. So I want to say first and foremost, from this training group, based on just what we saw today, you would be the ones we would target for key staff. So congratulations. It has nothing to do with selling because you haven't sold anything yet. It has to do with attitude and work ethic. Okay. Number two, remember that FC1 conference I was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably going to invite you guys. So not definite, unless, like sometimes we meet people and they're really cool the first day and then they become a different person.
Yeah.
I don't expect that to be you. But based on just how hard you're working, your role playing, your positivity, I'm probably going to invite you guys to June 10th. So congratulations on that. That's a humongous deal. And then notice it has nothing to do with selling. It has to do with attitude here. We'll teach you how to sell. That's not a problem. Third thing, I'm not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 of you, right? There's 20 in training, roughly. So the 10 of you are going to get off to a fast start. I'm not worried about you. But I don't want 10 out of 20 to get off to a fast start. What do I want? I want everyone. So can you spread the love tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? So meaning, like, I might put you with a partner who needs a little bit more pick-me-up.
Yeah.
Or maybe doesn't role play as well. Or I'll put you with someone where they need more confidence. So I'll roll that cool.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you're sitting here thinking, like, I'm not that confident, no. I picked you because you have a good attitude and you're a good listener, too.
Yeah.
So keep up what you're doing, and I need you to lead by example. I need you to lead by example here. Be a high flyer. So even if it's 51, that's a high flyer. Now, I do expect the hundreds to 200s to come here also. And if you're serious about going for a $10,000 fast start, here's what I will say. Tomorrow I'm going to show you, if you want to go for a $2,000 to $5,000 income in your first 10 days, not normal, but like the high flyer, I'm going to show you a special workshop I'm going to run on Saturday. Those are for people that I personally am going to coach. Ricky coaches everyone. I personally am going to coach that group. That's the group that David Delgado was part of. That's what Danny was part of. They're all selling more than everyone on the team. So if you're really serious and you're willing to put the work, think about being a starter, think about being a high flyer with me. No obligation, by the way. If you have stuff going on, we can work around that. But if you feel like, hey, I'd like to hear about it, I'd like to consider it, and I definitely am motivated to make that much money, work really hard in the training, work on the assignments, and I would love to personally coach several of you. I don't know who yet, but this group would be the types of people I want to coach. So if we just had a tryout, like let's say the whole group was a tryout, you guys would make the team for sure. All right? The reason I'm saying this is because most of you are not used to this. At other jobs, when I was meeting with the manager and they said, can I talk to you, it's because I was in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I want you to know what you're doing is working, your attitude is great, keep working hard, it's going to pay off. Is that cool?
Yes, sir.
All right, last thing, you guys can go, except I need to see David, Brandy, Michelle, Luke, and Brittany real quick. Everyone else, if you have any questions, you can go see Mr. Ricky Ballister. Thanks, guys. Awesome. I'll do that, okay. Okay. We'll do pound. All right, Jose. Oh, he blew it up. He blew up the pound. A dangerous man. Hey, all right. You guys are crazy. Okay, I'll get you out of here. Okay, so, that was the group that made the team, right? You guys would start. For sure. And I'm going to be specific. First of all, I never lost your attention the whole time. Like even you weren't necessarily answering. I can tell you really just zeroed in on everything, David. That made a big difference.
I gotta eat.
Yeah, of
so
course.
hungry.
Of course. Yeah, you'll live. Trust me, this is not the hardest thing you've done.
Yeah.
Luke, I love that you're an athlete. I can tell the activities you've been a part of. I can tell everything you do. I didn't play football, played soccer. I was National Honor Society. I did all that. I can just tell you're a leader, you're competitive, and you don't do things mediocre. And I love that.
I'm
I
an
can
athlete too, bro.
Yeah. Michelle, well, you come from a good recommendation, Danny. Also, notice I asked you to read several of you because you just had a great attention span with a lot of energy and role playing. You seem like you're ready to rock and roll, and you're motivated because you kind of have to be motivated, which I love. I love your story. Brandy, also, I remember you from the interview. Remember how really professional and fun you were, and you just seem like a cool, like fun individual who's going to bring a lot of energy. And Brittany, kind of a mix of all that. Like I can just tell you understand the job. You're helpful. You know, we had a guy in training who just wasn't taking any notes. You were just kind of like, oh, and he just kept taking notes, and I just love all those examples. So, again, no pressure, and you don't have to, but you would be the 5. Like, if I could pick 5 people to personally coach, I would personally coach the 5 of you. Okay. Now, if you decide, hey Jeff, I got all this going on, I can't really go for a big $10,000 fast start. Totally cool. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But if you feel like you can devote a pretty good amount of time in your first 10 days around any major obligations, like things like church, like I would never tell you to sacrifice that, or since you play sports, I wouldn't tell you to skip your workouts. But outside of that, barring any like personal stuff you can reschedule, fun stuff you can wait till, let me know. I would love to tell you how I can coach you tomorrow. Cool? So keep up the great work. You guys are great leaders. I'm excited for you. So drive safe. Working on assignment. Go get something to eat. All right, I'll see you guys. All right,
Actually, tomorrow I do got.
Tell Ricky.
Yeah, I got graduation.
I'm out of town. Sunday, Monday.
It's fine. Okay, but you're full Saturday? Fine. Thanks, Luke.